This in the building already. Bayo Ogundimo is joining us. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
How have you been?
Oh, fine.
Good to see you again.
My pleasure.
It's all
Good to
white
see you
this
too.
morning.
All white and yellow
Yes,
card.
my school is 70 this month,
Oh,
and we are celebrating African Children of School.
oh,
And this,
okay.
this is my school color.
Wonderful, wonderful. So
So
that's up school.
upper programs.
Great, great. Okay, so we're moving into the discussion. We have quite a number of interesting stories in the daily stuff. Yeah, this morning, let's settle from the presidency. President Bola Tinubu signed into law the bill establishing the North Central Development Commission (NCDC). The Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, announced the signing of the bill on Tuesday during a session in the Senate chamber. Get a copy. The details are in the Nation this morning, and it's Tinubu signs North Central Development Commission bill into law. North Central. We have South, different.
You have the South, the Southeast, the Southwest, the North Central,
and the Northeast.
the Northeast. You have the Northwest too. There are six. Yes. Well, I also read it, and I feel that in a way we are back at it again. Uh, we have a plethora of government agencies, and we have an issue in this country. Once you do it for a region, it has to go around. I was asking a colleague yesterday because I wasn't really sure if we have. That was yesterday. When I was if we have the Southwest Development Commission too. So the whole thing is going around now, and I want to say that well, no effort should be spared at ensuring the development of all the segments of Nigerian society, all the Nigerian nation as a whole. Looking at it in a way that do we really need these commissions to really develop all these regions? So we've had that one. I am sure that the other regions that are yet to have, if it hasn't gone round, they are also going to come up to say, yes, we also need this development commission in our area, in our region, and all of that. I am not going to say that it's a failure on the part of government, or to say that it's because the government is not doing what it should do to ensure the development of these regions. But I'm looking at it as a way of it's a question of looking at the is alive to its responsibilities in any case. I'm not sure that all these commission agencies that should look into the development of all the regions and all of that. And I feel that if there are regions that will need such a development commission, look at the southeast and maybe a few in the northern part of the country. Government does not is not paying much attention to that place. Maybe you need a commission. But the problem we have in this country is we are too ethnic biased. Once it comes to my region, you must ensure the ethnic balancing. Let's see how it goes. Yes, those commissions will also have their complement of staff and all of that. Then do we have the money to really fund these commissions? That will be a question for another day. Okay, this story it says FEC approves 758 billion naira bond to settle pension backlog. It's a report from the Nation newspaper this morning. Federal Executive Council approved the issuance of 758 billion naira bond to clear outstanding pension liabilities for all categories of pensions, offering long-awaited relief to retirees. When bonds are raised, it should be when government needs to do something and maybe there's scarcity of funds. Just one way to raise money for such Yes.
event. And some people believe it's better to read stories like, oh, a bond is being raised and oh, government has gone borrowing from one country, from one bank, from whatever. That it's better to still read something like this. And is it wrong to say that it could be better if government goes this direction and always going out to IMF or bank, whatever.
Well, the issue of pension is multi-dimensional, and I feel that just like you pointed out in your analysis when you were introducing the topic, I feel it's okay because when you look at some of our pensioners, if not all, several of them may be in the military who just got a jumbo and all of that, you find that the Nigerian nation has not been too good or fair to the senior citizens. I met one yesterday, not a federal pensioner, but one of our babas who usually call in, and he was telling me that the last time he, that's maybe he retired in 1980 or so, and then when I saw him yesterday, the man is still struggling. He authored a book and there was going to a function um, to promote that book. I am sure at that age, if somebody retired in 1980, you can hazard a guess of what the age will be. That and I said, Baba, at this level, why not disputing the fact that you may have that gift of writing? But I feel that at this level, quantum of whatever the agency says, the PFA says, say the various PFA say they will pay, and the challenges are still there that will confront us in future. So I don't know what has befallen the Nigerian nation and they take action to the federal government. Let's give it to President Tinubu. Let's see how this one will go. And let's see if there will not be a lot of bureaucratic bottlenecks that will frustrate the implementation of that policy when it comes on stream. Is okay.
Now, quickly, let's go to the National Assembly. Versus appoints new chairman. This question is going to be two in one this time around. So, now, following President Bola's approval of bills establishing development commissions across various regions, the Senate says it has made minor adjustments, appointing new chairman and deputy chairman to oversee this commission. This new committees be that is and it is now issuing a statement to key government agencies, including the Federal Inland Revenue, FIRS, Nigeria CBN, and the Nigerian National Petroleum Commission failure to honor legislation to the head of these agencies. And you know that these agencies are very, very important to the nation's economy. They've been summoned, sometimes they do not honor it. What have you to say about the effectiveness of the chairman and summoning of these agencies?
Well, the first question I will also ask in analyzing that story is to ask how have we fared in terms of the effectiveness of all those summons in the past? How many of such have you had the desired effect when such agencies are called upon and all of that? Well, creating more, appointing more chairmen. Well, um, job for the boys, you have to, because all those agencies must have a committee that is going to be attached to in the Senate. And so when that comes up, we say, well, this is one of the normal things that we should expect. But talking about the second leg of your question, a lot of summons have been made in the past, and it calls to question the efficiency or the seriousness that we attach to this kind of a thing in the country. Senate in some of its oversight functions will want to do that at least as a kind of a check. That's what we call the checks and balances in governance, especially with the three arms of government: the legislative, the executive, and the judiciary. Most of these head of agencies see themselves as larger than life, as untouchables. Some of them see themselves as sacred cows that should not be. So yes, so many times when they are summoned, you look at it, the National Assembly summoning. So it is only when the National Assembly issue, then we rush to say, okay, they will go and answer them and all of that. So these are agencies that should be under the scrutiny of the legislative arm. So it's not out of place for Senate to say yes. You come, and especially if infractions uh, are observed, or when the public complains about the effectiveness or the functions of those agencies, and there is no other agency that is well placed or arm that is well placed to, I mean, put a check on all these excesses than the National Assembly. The National Assembly is statutorily allowed to do that. And I think it shouldn't stop at just issuing threats. These things should be followed with decisive actions. When you are summoned, except we want to say that it is out of place for the Senate or the rep to invite you, then you say you don't want to go. You go there first. It's a question and answer something. When things are not clear, questions will be asked, then you provide answers. A fair conscience, I know, does not fear any accusation. So if you are someone to go, if you don't have any skeleton in your cupboard, you go there freely, you offer. But in almost all cases, there will be infractions which they do not want the public to be aware of. And even when they go, behind the scenes activities will happen. How many of such are asked again? And how many of such summons that had a lot of noise then, that we have results?
We once had one that off your mic, off your mic.
Yes. So in most cases, they will say they go for a closed door session, and they are shielded from the public glare. It's one of those things that we have to grapple with in Nigeria, at least in this age.
Okay, hope the mic is not off. Now let's go to this next story. Cancer. It's World Cancer Day, really. The world is commemorating Cancer Day, and everybody is looking at what has been achieved with cancer, what can be achieved with cancer. And I think Nigeria is also looking in that direction. And so, report this morning said Cancer FG inaugurates technical group to implement nuclear medicine services to fight cancer. And there are so many other things that we're supposed to be doing to ensure that healthcare in Nigeria is good. But then we're still talking about how to retain our.
And I also listened to or heard the one you also just mentioned. If you listened very well to Babafe, he said that even an ordinary cleaner in the US earns more than a medical doctor in Nigeria. I mean, that may not be far from the truth. Nuclear medicine is a special area. You need experts and all of that. Even where you have the generalists, they are not taken care of. Talk less of going into that special area. We will be given to it. And beside that, I think it's also important that government should look beyond orthodox approach. And I know what I'm talking about. My late dad, when he was alive, that I know very well, and the thing is still a pain to me up to now. I know he had a remedy, and I know of about 4 or 5 women that had that breast cancer that he treated, and a lot of them, almost all of them, are still alive till today.
Wow.
And I remember those periods. I would go to him, I would discuss with him, and he would call me in the name he adopted. He would say, Olu. So by the time you feel that you want to have this thing, I will have long gone, and the pain will be there for you. And the pain is it was after his retirement that he went into alternative medicine practice. He went to learn it. My father went as far as Edo to learn some of these things. So government should explore all that. And I mean, given the little exposure one has, one will have been able to come up to say, okay, this remedy, and they give you something that is different. So the main part of his argument then was that I should move closer to him. I should learn some of these things. If we wanted to buy those sleeves, then I should follow him, know those things and all of that. But I was thinking that he would live for life. I was yes, it's a key to live. He was so strong, and when he died at 90, he died at 98. Wow. And even at that, except for the 2 weeks when he was down, and my father went from Okeleo down to Lafenwa. And if you mention to our place in Toro, you come through Jide Jones, go through Ibara Celestial Church, all avenues. If you have seen somebody attacked by cancer, it's not. We had one. It was when after my father died that one of the wives of his children also had it, and that time I really wept.
You couldn't help
because I couldn't help because I was careless. So it's a good thing.
All right, let's take this message. At the toll gate in Abuja, this is a report from the Guardian. The federal government has flagged off a cashless toll station on the 227.5 Abukefi the Expressway. And according to the Minister of State for Works, Mr. Bello Granweyo, frequent road users like commercial light vehicles as defined under the Federal Highway Act would enjoy 50% discount of first bicycles and pedal cycle, tricycles, and other modes of 2 or 3-wheeled transport used mainly by people will enjoy 100% discounts. Now we're turning towards this time around, and it's going to be cashless. What have you to say about this?
Well, let's say the real fact. Government needs money to maintain those roads, and one very good thing I like about it is that it's going to be a cashless thing. Otherwise, you are introducing, you are bringing in another area with revenue. All these roads need to be maintained, and I can tell you, like all of us know, that the resources are not really there for us to get some of these things in place. The cashless policy that has been introduced to some people that is going to be well managed. Look at story of vehicles that ply the Lagos Abuja. If these things are well articulated, the government will not need to be going back of our roads and in a very terrible form, because they are not budgeted for every year in terms of maintenance, and they have to be maintained. And we have to also make our own contribution in ensuring the maintenance of those roads is for our own good. Provide whatever revenue that accrue. The roads are well maintained. It gives smooth road. It reduces stress not only on you as a driver,
Yes.
but also on the vehicles, and you also there's also the economic aspect of it. You spend less money buying fuel.
And even fixing your car.
Yes, and even fixing your cars. With that, why not saying that the mechanics will not eat anyway? If you come to Funab now, from camp now down to our campus, you feel good while driving on the road. And we must give it to Senator the senator representing Ogun Central. He did that route for us. He promised that he was going to do it. He did it, and we are enjoying it now. But the fear is when the rains are here, how do we maintain it? The university is there, Osho is there, and you have those articulated lorries with their heavy, and they will tell you that they are also paying their taxes. So you cannot prevent them from flying those roads. So we need means of ensuring the maintenance of this road. So this is okay.
All right, our time, we should definitely work with it. So we need to open the line right now so that the listener at home can be part of this discussion this morning. 0803-437-9453 and 0815-032-0226. Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, yes, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
I am Senator calling from the Shara.
As usual, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
You see, the issue of this cancer and natural
medicine, alternative medicine.
Discuss with you over this matter. I think that we have similar experiences. But let's do that for now. I'm not going to the time over that. Let me quickly talk about Tinubu signing Northwestern Development
Commission bill.
Quite honestly, I believe it's a very good thing. We cannot continue to centralize everything. Let's have zonal or regional development
agencies
so that we can have development. That's what happened in those days when we had the Western region, Eastern region, and the Northern region. That was why Western region was far ahead.
Yes, you have the WNDC.
Yes, I think I love that. It should continue. I'm talking about the federal government approving a 72 billion naira bond to clear our government to pay pensioners. Again, that touches me. We shouldn't allow our return to suffer. In my case, if you hear my story, it's a little pathetic. I lost my wife, and up to now, I've not been able to collect documents. Up to now. So my question is, what about the state? The federal government is doing that. What about the state to clear the pensions of our arrears and the pensioners' arrears? I'm also a pensioner, and I receive a meager pension. It's very pathetic. Only God is helping me to survive. So I think it's very good what the federal government has done. I will also plead that the state should do that, rest on whatever, and clear all pension arrears, especially those who died in active service. My wife died in active service, and up to now we have not been able to collect our documents. Thank you very much. I want to stop there because
thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
You say the issue of pension, I don't know, the thing is quite pathetic, and I think government should focus it and give it a serious attention, because the pension being paid is not in tune with the current economic realities. You know, some of them still earn as it's an area the federal government is doing should be replicated. We had
Exception.
No, that's not even an exception. For its 70, we retire at 70. That's why some of us are still in. I have a friend who retired. I have a lot of friends. A friend of mine retired about 11 years ago. He just got his pension last year.
That's
Yes.
10 years.
Yes, he just got his pension last year.
After 11
And by the
years.
time he was going to utilize the something, the car he bought was even just the second thing is going to, the pension will be paid. It doesn't add up to anything again.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Good
Good morning,
morning.
sir.
Yes, my name is Debo from here at the inquiry. I want to see what it is for today. I think government take anything as heavy and strong that people cannot take it. So many things have to be done on people's head. But I got to believe that every African child and doctor, most especially when they are surrounded by nature, and when the parents or both parents are not around. So we should take this serious and let people be good head, safe head, and better head. This Tinubu administration. So I want to commend him. I want to do more. I want to go to the authority to see people's head and get very fine. Why not? Thank you. My name is Debo.
Thank you very much. Africans, we are doctors on our own because we're surrounded by nature.
We
Natural resources around
we have
us.
those things in abundance. You see, there's this leaf that is given to rabbits.
It has
Try
its
that.
effect.
Triders. Do you know that leaf?
It has its effect.
Yeah,
So that we not clean on here. Clean on here. Clean on here.
You see,
Before you know what, people will start patronizing you.
I think I'm seriously looking at that area. By the time I retire, I might have to, because I'm dusting my father's books down. Honestly, it is good once it's got creative effect, and you know that this person is not deceiving you. I'm not talking of those who that they can do this. Many of them will claim that they can do everything, especially when you listen to their jingles on radio. I will just, especially those of them treating eye problems. How effective, how reliable are those things that they are saying? But they must sell their products anyway. But there must be a kind of control over those things. Government should find a way of ensuring that people are not swindled.
Okay, 0803-437-9453 and 0815-032-0226. Let's come back home. Police charge suspended Ogun Monarch to court, reports the Punch. The State Police Command on Tuesday arraigned the suspended Olorile of Orile for assaulting a 73-year-old chief, Abraham Areola. Nigeria Police Force spokesman ACP Olumiwa Adejobi confirmed this in a statement on 4. Baba Semi Ogunjobi for assaulting a 73-year-old chief, Abraham Areola. Nigeria Police Force spokesman ACP Olumiwa Adejobi confirmed this in a statement on Tuesday. Explained that Oba Ogunjobi was arraigned on 3-count bordering on conspiracy, assault, and conduct likely to cause breach of the peace. Yes, you will comment on that. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes. Said this. Whenever they get there, they put their just laws that
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Okay, I understand why Baba is talking in that direction. Actually concerned. So you want to comment on that? Did you even see the video? Maybe before.
Oh, you should.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Okay, I understand why Baba is talking in that direction. Actually concerned. So you want to comment on that? Did you even see the video? Maybe before.
Oh, you should. You know that I will see.
You should trust Bio. You see it.
I watched it several times. It's quite pathetic and quite unfortunate. And you look at the vulgar languages that somebody who is expected to be the head, I mean, the traditional custodian of culture, tradition, somebody who, when such cases happen, should sit in
the comfort of his
his
palace.
majesty, in the comfort of his palace, to mediate in such a thing. In those days, the person that was recording that and ensured that Kabiyesi's face was not shown. But it was not shown. But it's quite amusing when I was watching. I've watched it more than 10 times. Quite amusing. How can somebody feel this government has taken the right step? The Egba Traditional Council has also taken the right step, and that brings to the front burner again what the Ulu of Obafe also did, selling people's land and all of that. You find that some of these people that are coming on the throne now, especially in the rural areas, are coming majorly because
okay, from Kenta Pakila.
Àwọn ìjòyè burúkú yìí ṣẹ́rí àwọn ìjòyè tí wà ń bẹ kí ọba tó dé ọba tí wà ń bẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn ìjòyè má ti máa bẹ fún kínní àwọn ìjòyè yẹn àwọn rẹ̀ rí ìgbà ọkùnrin ẹ̀ létí tó ń tarípa kọ́ ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ nígbà tí ọba ń ṣègbè àwọn ìjòyè yẹn ló yẹ kó ti máa correct ọba ṣùgbọ́n àwọn rẹ̀ rí tí kò correct yẹn kó jẹ́ pé ṣe náà tó ń fún pé kínní kéèyàn ló pọ̀ nínú wọn. You see, these people are terrible and I am happy the law has taken its course.
It's taking its course.
They just will be with this man so that others will learn lesson from him. Thank you very much. Good morning. God bless me and you and those who say amen.
Amen. Thank you very much.
That's an evangelist. You see, well, ìjòyè burúkú wà tó tọ́sà ṣùgbọ́n ọba wà ní ipò àgbà tí àwọn ìjòyè bá tẹ̀ ń fún bàbá ní ìmọ̀ of the time of the day, the morning, the afternoon, even the evening.
Not stop
in
off
the
night.
evening you say Eku Role.
Eku is always there. Eku is always there.
Well, that's
if you are eating.
It's studied in the South, and when we put up those of us who were from the same area, and when we put up those of us who were from the same area, and some of them will say they will tell their children some of them will say they will tell their children to look at, to go and learn from us.
We will prostrate.
The way we will, our culture is rich and it should be preserved.
Bio, before I let you go this lovely morning, I want you to touch on this one. This one is quite pathetic and funny on the other hand. After setting up my nephew for abduction, I got 200,000 naira only from 13 million naira ransom, and this is according to bandit informant. An informant to bandit, Mr. Ado Haruna, was set the criminals against his nephew, Alhaji Bashiru Anas.
That he was given something. I've had cases of just kill their informant for fear that maybe they may let them out. Unfortunately, I think they've been caught.
Yeah.
So he should face the full wrath of the law.